Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Today, we have a special project which is about feeling worthy and feeling a lot of self esteem and feeling just good in your skin. And in the art of Jinshin, we put everything in a depth. And feeling worthy and feeling good in your skin has also to do with the first cycle of energy, depth 1. And I've studied a little bit of transactional analysis as well. And often feeling of worthiness or feeling unworthy come from injunctions. And injunctions are messages that we get from our parents or caregivers when we're very young. And it can be something like, don't be, or don't exist, don't be okay. And these kind of messages can really do a job of us, and we start to compensate, and then we get a little bit into drivers, and drivers are really coping mechanisms, how we deal with this. And so sometimes we create a coping mechanism of please me. And because if we please others, it may give us some false really reassurance to make us feel better and to give us this self-esteem. So this is just all something to be aware of, and our psychology is very important to our total being as well, because our psychology has to do all in junction with our waistline, and our waistline is where our digestive system is, and it's also where our ego lives. And we have a hip line, a waistline, and a chest line, and so because they're part of us, they are important for us. And so the first little hold that I would like to share with you is holding your thumb. Thumb helps, depth 1 helps the first cycle of energy, and just observe which one feels more comfortable for you, and you can hold that one, stay with that one. Today, let's just practice one side of holding a finger, and of course you can practice both, which is totally fine. I think I'm going to hold my left one. The right side tells us about the here and now, and the left side tells us more about older and genetic. And of course, if we have had feelings of low self-esteem, unworthiness, maybe the left side feels comfortable because these are probably older projects, maybe coming from childhood or feelings that you've had for a long time. And of course, we welcome all feelings. It's important that we process them, and practicing the art of Jinshin is one way to process and harmonize our feelings so that they can move and that they don't cause a stagnation in our body. So let's just take another breath here, and then we're going to go into a little flow pattern. So I'm inviting you to practice along, as this is an opportunity to get the energy to move in a practice together. And the little flow that we're going to practice harmonizes depth 1, and it helps our digestive system. It helps the stomach and the spleen, but it also helps our intestines right here in this area. So let's place our hand on SEL4, and you can just take some inventory which side you feel has more need today, as we change every day. If you've had a very busy day, or if you're stressed, then maybe the right side feels comfortable. And if you kind of had a calm day, and there's always some things that you can work on from the past, then I invite you to hold the left side. So we're going to place our hand on the 4 here, and then place our other hand on 25. 25 is the sits bone, and the sits bone helps to regenerate our total being, while the 4 is the bridge and opens up the energy into the head. And let's just take a breath here. So if this is comfortable, you can stay here, or you can come around like this. SEL4 helps to clear the chest line, and the chest line connects us to spirit, to source energy, to the big source, to consciousness. And it's the bridge between consciousness and unconsciousness as well. So I was treating a friend, for example, I'll give you a little testimony. I was treating a friend last week, and she said she was suffering from vertigo, and she was about to go to the doctor. And then after a session, I got a message from her, oh, it's all gone and I don't need to go to the doctor. So be your own testimony. We can really change the energy and our body very quickly. When we change the energy, the body follows. And that is just a beautiful thing. And the good news is that all the answers are in the body. We can always find cause within the 26 safety energy locations. So that's good news, and really getting to know and help myself. The 4 connecting us to awareness, to our spirit, our spiritual connection, to our emotions, everything related to the chest line right here. And then let's move our hand down to 12, and I'm going to come around like this now. The 12 helps to clear the waistline. It's where our mind lives, so this calms our mind. And in Jinshin, we always work on so many different levels. In each of the flows, we're covering a world within worlds. Jinshin really is a world within worlds. And so as I'm guiding you through this very simple little flow, helping depth 1, helping to harmonize worry, helping to build our self-esteem. It also helps on so many different other levels, such as our digestive system, our skin surface. So for projects like that, you can use this little flow as well. And just take an observation of feeling the pulsation in your fingertips, and also observing which safety energy location really speaks to you today, because the body never lies, and these safety energy locations really give us a story. They really tell us what's going on, and they really help to get to know ourselves. So let's take another breath here. Exhaling all the air out, letting go of everything we don't need, so that we can inhale and be and exist and be present. And now let's move our hand to 11. SEL 11 helps our daily stresses, helping the hip line, the body. It tells us about our physical body. And so just by holding SEL 4, 12, and 11, we can see the importance of spirit, SEL 4, mind, SEL 12, and body, SEL 11, and the connection, because it is all within our physical body, and all of them are so important. And as we're listening to the pulsation, and the pulsation is the energy moving and spiraling to the center, to the core of the body, we are harmonizing the energy back into rhythm with universal energy. And that's why we feel so good after giving ourselves a session. The art of Jinshin is really a meditation in motion, right? It's very meditative. When you're listening to energy, when you're feeling for the transformation, it's very difficult for other thoughts to come in. So just listening to the energy is clearing the mind. So we're holding 11 and 25 right now. 11 and 25, some of you will recognize it also as part of the supervisor energy. And this clears everything in the front. So for stomach aches, if you're holding the right side, helping liver projects. If you're holding the left side, helping spleen, pancreas, stomach projects. So this is a great hold for stomach pain and, again, digestive issues. In the art of Jinshin, we're working on so many different levels at once. It's made really, really simple for us, just practicing these little flows in 3 or 4 or 5 steps. Just feel for the transformation. See if 11, as we call it, opens up meaning that there's less congestion, that the muscle starts to relax, that the shoulder drops. This is the transformation that we can feel right below our fingertips, just happening right here and now. We can change immediately, because once the energy changes, the body follows and the bodily functions follow. So that's how quickly we can change. That's the good news. Take one more breath. And then we're going to move our hand from the 25 to the opposite 2. I'm just going to move to the side so you can see. 2 is on the lower back, and you can use, again, the fingertips, or I like to use the back of my hand. And then when you're sitting back, you're using the gravity of your body to lean into it and get that body weight. And that actually may feel really good. If you have lower back projects, you can also place your knuckle in there, and that should feel really good right on that edge of the hip. So this flow is also great for depression, worry, anxiety. It calms the nervous system, which is a great attribute of depth 1, calming the nervous system. And when we feel low self-esteem, it's very nice and helpful to boost our nervous system so that we feel strong and we can take our place, and we feel that we have really our place in the world and in situations, in groups, and even with yourself, to really be there. Let's take one more breath here. So we've worked the whole neck, and on another level, the neck again helps depth 1 as well. So holding the thumb, you're working on a depth level, and then you can work on organ flow levels, all these different levels. That if you are a newbie, don't even worry about it. You can follow along and it will automatically do this. But there's also a lot of older students who are watching. So I really encourage everybody to continue studying. And if I can choose one mudra to help with worry, low self-esteem, depression, and just feeling great in your head, having a healthy mind, it's holding the thumb, the index finger, and part of the middle finger, and part of the palm. So like this, you're holding this. This is a mudra, and a mudra is a hand position that we often see in cultures such as Buddhism and Hinduism. When you look at Buddhas, they're always holding a mudra, and the mudras tell a whole story. So this is a wonderful one to harmonize the mind and feeling safe and secure, and remembering always that babies, they suck their thumbs to feel safe and secure. They're self-soothing. And yes, we remember that we all have this innate wisdom that's available to us and that we can practice at any time. And the art of Jinshin just simply brings an awareness to that. So with that, thank you so much for practicing along. Practice your Jinshin every day using your jumper cables, and remember to have fun.